Vibe is picking up another vibe, similar vibes.
Yeah, it's like that's the Jeremy Raftos effect.
Oh, I like it. I like that.
Well, man,
yeah.
I think we're ready to start. Let's kick it off.
Go.
All right, and welcome to the Pagey Train. Today I have in the studio with me Jeremy Raftos, all-round awesome dude, actor. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Roscoe, for having me.
Man, it's been a while since we caught up. A lot has happened. The world fell apart. But we worked on a film together and a series, actually. So it was Night Owls.
Yeah, you gave me my start, Roscoe.
I did.
You gave me my start.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, man.
Yeah.
You've blown my mind with that.
Yeah, it was fucking... You gave me the start, man. It's a lot to be thankful for. So.
Well, you come into that audition and just fucking owned it, man. Like, this guy's a pro. I hope he doesn't want any money. We can't afford this guy.
Yeah, it was good, man. I didn't know what I was doing, and I'm trying to get back to that. It's a good space to be in.
Well, we went through that journey, like, so we made a film. It didn't quite make it into Made in the West that year. I got to do a promo for it. Yeah. But we were at Made in the West at Paddington. That was 3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years.
3 years ago. 2.5 maybe.
Around there, yeah.
So, what has your journey been like since that time? Where have you been? What has Jeremy Raftos been doing?
What have I been doing? Man, well, the last 2.5, sort of 3 years, I mean, I started acting about 4 years ago now, and then finishing up at acting school, and before that finished, like we said, I came and auditioned for you, and we shot a short film and a series together.
Super fun.
Which was amazing.
Super fun project.
My God, so much fun. And just pretty much since then, I've just been studying acting full time, with different teachers, and studying different teachers. So at the moment, for example, I'm learning a lot about Stella Adler's process.
What does Stella Adler do?
Stella Adler was an incredible sort of revolutionary acting coach. She was Marlon Brando's coach.
Oh, wow.
She started the Actors Studio in New York, and lots of incredible actors have gone through there. So it's like
heavy hitter.
Yeah. Al Pacino, De Niro.
These people are gods, man.
Yeah. And her. Yeah. So, but it's kind of. Yeah, I don't know. I love the way that you watch some old clips of how she would conduct her classes. There was a lot more theatre, obviously, back then, and she would have the theatre, the stage at the front, and get actors up, and sort of everyone would sit in the stands and in the audience, and she would conduct the classes that way. It's very, leave your ego at the door sort of shit. Just get up there and face your fear, and she really encourages a lot of imagination in the process, understanding the circumstances and the context, and really doing a lot of essentially attention to detail and specificity around constructing the world. Anyway, so I'm learning a lot about her at the moment.
A lot of nuances in acting.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm gauging out of that.
Yeah, that's right. And so I've been studying different schools of thought around acting, and
what have you come to?
What have I come? I've come to here.
Yeah.
I'm here. To be honest, right now, I am really trying to simplify my process. So like I said at the start, when I came in and auditioned for you, I really had no idea what I was doing. And in many ways, I want to return to source in a way. I found that on my travels, I've picked up a lot of cool different techniques. And that's what they say about acting. There's so many different teachers and methods and that sort of thing. But it's about distilling it down into something that you can digest in a repeatable process. And for me, it's about getting back to basics a little bit. You can do the work and around the character and on the context, and don't stress too much about the dialogue. And so it's still a little bit mechanical for me. It's still a little bit early days, but I understand where I'm at, and I'm letting go of some.
I think that's an important thing. I think looking back, even as you're talking about it, right? When you came into that audition, I get into rhythms like this when I write or when I perform as a musician. There's a point where you are just not you.
Yeah.
you are outside of you, and you're an autopilot.
Yeah, exactly. You're watching a performance.
You're watching yourself
perform. Yeah,
and that's what you brought to that room.
Out of body experience. Yeah,
because I think maybe perhaps because as I said, you come in like a total pro, man. Like I was blown the fuck away. Like who the fuck is this?
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, how many like the amount of auditions that you go through is huge, man. There's a lot of you see a lot of actors and so much talent out there, but there's people that just stick out, and you're one of those dudes that stuck out. And I think as you're talking about that, I go, perhaps you were so scared of doing the audition, you've just gone, that's it, Jeremy. Just jump in. Yeah. Jump in.
Fall forward. Yeah. I think I did. I remember a lot about that day driving there. I'd just come from doing like a little bit of an Alexander technique with a teacher that I was seeing at the time to prepare for the audition. I was like, this is my first audition, and I was very relaxed, and I just remember the drive in being very grounded and in my body, and yeah, I think the thoughts come into your head as they do, often with these sorts of things, auditions and that. But I just seemed to brush it and just fall forward, like you said.
Yeah, you were just in the zone.
Yeah, I was happy in there. I was really happy in there. I was having fun.
Well, let me, sorry to be really forward, but I just think it sounds like that you were in that zone for a while, because I saw you on Channel 9. You did that little spot on a TV show.
Yeah, on Bike Club, yeah.
Because when you see those sort of things, when you work with actors and you work with other directors and you see some of their work on mainstream platforms, you go, fuck yeah, man, they're getting a go. Yeah. They're getting a go.
Well, yeah, that was being on that sort of professional set, your set, the indie set that we were on, and then going something like that prepared me beautifully for that. But also, like you're saying, you're working with different actors, different professionals, different directors, different types of and so you really prepared me well for that. But that was a great experience. More of that.
Yeah, no, I do run a really cool set. I do say everyone has fun. Well, that's what it's about, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of family alchemy going on. It was great.
Yeah, it was great. We still got a job to do. We're still professional. Yeah, but we have a bit of a laugh, bit of a lark as we're doing it. Yeah, and taking the piss out of each other. Like we have a tendency of like tearing each other down. I know that sounds terrible.
Yeah, but I mean that's that's what brothers and sisters and that do. It's all fun and games. Everyone's not taking it, trying not to take it too seriously.
It's a bit of a paradox though. We take it seriously while at the same time not taking it seriously.
A teacher of mine who I actually just ran into again a couple of days ago. We caught up while I'm here in Sydney, and she used to say something beautiful. She used to say that filmmaking is serious fun. It's serious fun. Like it is paradoxical in that way.
Yeah, because you got work to do.
You got work to do. But you
Siri's sorry apparently.
She's sorry.
I'm sorry you've got work to do.
Sorry about it.
Yeah, but you do. You have work
serious
to do.
Fun.
But why are you doing it if you're not having fun?
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna have fun.
Well, that's why. Yeah, I mean, that's what takes you there. It's what you love to do, and that's all that matters, really.
Well, I have these strange experiences when I direct, like because you work really hard on pre-production, and you go into production, like because the production I did with you, that was me getting back into the saddle. Like I'd been out of the game of directing for like a year or so. Yeah. And I'm supposed to get back into the game this year, but COVID happened. Because, run the festival, run the bands, do the podcast. You just run out of time.
A lot on your plate, yeah.
Yeah, and I hate saying that I don't have time because I'm a big believer in making time. Yeah. So I made some time and I've got my next projects coming up, but I know how I am. I hate the process sometimes. When I'm in the middle of it, I'm like so stressed.
Yeah, but in saying that, I'm in a similar space because filmmaking is such a group, like it's a company exercise, it's a group exercise, and obviously with COVID that's put a lot of restrictions on the industry and the rest of it, but finding different outlets for creative outlets. So in the last year, I know that you've obviously started this podcast, and like you said, you do your music stuff, you've got that as well. Like for me, it's like I've been painting, I've been singing and dancing, and just all these other creative sort of things that I can express myself in, and they all seem to feed back into just the general artistry of what you're about. I found that's really I've noticed it already with some self-tapes and auditions that are just starting to pop up again.
Yeah, you lift a bit, don't you?
Yeah, totally.
In yourself and yourself as an artist. Right. Like I haven't directed my own film for a while, and I'm hungry for it. and talking about it even now, I'm like, all right, so how can I schedule that? I can schedule that soon, right? So it's like this strange addiction. You want to do it, but then when you're doing it, you get to a point in a film where you're like, fuck, this is hard. I just want
this thing.
Man, this thing is killing me. I haven't slept in days.
Yeah.
I've been yelling at people, they're yelling at me. I don't really understand what's going on anymore because I've just lost all of my mind.
Right.
And then you get to the end of the shoot, and then you go, I wonder when I'm going to do my next one. That was a lot of fun. It happens every time.
Yeah.
But I think that's the part of the buzz, like, because growth is a painful process sometimes.
Man, oh, totally. It is, and it, like, growth, I don't think sometimes. I think that all the time it's, you know, it's the friction of being in that uncomfortable space. It's the, you know, that resistance to the things, like the fear or whatever it is that you're pushing against, that it is uncomfortable and it is a little bit painstaking, but that's where all the good shit is, man. Like, that's where all the good shit is, whatever you do, whether it's in life or creative pursuits, you know. And it's essentially just not wanting to sit and be comfortable.
Yeah, by being comfortable, it doesn't really get you anywhere.
Comfort just smothers you and kills you and dampens everything, I think.
Yeah, you become numb to the world, I think.
Yeah.
Well, don't get me wrong, there's moments you need to be comfortable. There's moments where you need to be sitting on a beach drinking an umbrella drink in the sun.
Totally.
They need to exist.
But you can not feel guilty about doing that, or, like, you know, guilty, whatever, but you can do that on the back of
a lot of hard work.
Yeah, fucking oath. That's the celebration. And celebrating's important, man. Like, it's super important.
Yeah, celebrating your wins. I say this to
Totally.
I need to take a leaf out of my own book. Like, celebrate your wins, because, like, out of how many auditions you do that you get a no, how many films that you try to launch don't launch,
right? Out
of how many films you make, some of them flop,
right?
Like, there's plenty of no out there.
Oh yeah, I've had plenty of flops.
Right, there's plenty of shit that goes down wrong. Right, there's plenty of ways to bomb in different ways. Yeah. But when you win, you got to remember to celebrate.
Yeah,
and we forget that sometimes. I know I do. When sometimes I win, I'm looking for the negative thing in the win, so I can discredit it a little bit. I do that organically.
Okay,
and I mean, trying to tell myself, hey, I'll pull myself up when I find myself in a win. I go, no. Breathe, man.
Yeah.
Breathe it in.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. You worked hard to win.
Yeah, you found your way here. Now you can...
Just breathe, man. Enjoy that. You climb the mountain, enjoy the view.
Totally.
You know?
100%.
I think we forget that sometimes.
You definitely forget to stop to smell the roses sometimes.
Yeah.
I think, I'm getting better at that. That's becoming more of a feature in my process.
It's important.
Totally,
me too, man. I totally resonate with that. I've been on a similar journey to that. Getting into painting and dancing, man. Because I paint.
Nice.
I do. I paint when I've achieved something.
Okay.
When I got my, because I was a non-school leaver, they called us for university.
Okay.
But you go, well, it's a mature age student. They just say non-school leaver to make you not feel old.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I was an older student, and I finished my degree, and I painted a picture. And it's up there. You can see it there. See the one at the top?
Beautiful.
So I did a Jackson Pollock.
There he is.
And that painting is called Man Looks Into the Universe and Wonders, Is the Universe Looking Back? So
I love that, man. I love that thing.
No, I painted that, and
beautiful.
Ever since I started painting, I paint one a year. So if you walk around the house, you'll see multiple paintings that I've painted.
Yeah. And
Misty does the same thing.
You should have. I mean, when did you finish? How long ago did you finish at uni?
Oh man, that was 8 years ago.
8 years. All right, so you've got about 8 floating around this thing, because I know that you're 40 now.
Yeah,
you just had your birthday.
I did, man.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, 40's a strange age.
Yeah.
I don't feel 40.
Yeah, well,
nowhere near 40.
Yeah, no,
I still feel 30.
Yeah, you still got the vitality in the jump.
Yeah, the thing is, I can do more things physically still. Like, I can't run as fast. Like when I was in my 20s, I could run like the wind.
Yeah,
like I was a total.
But you were like, there was reason to run like the wind. You were running from enemy fire and all that.
Oh no, about that. Just on a Monday morning with a hangover with my squadron, but same sort of thing.
Same thing. Yeah, you're gonna get your ass handed to you by some sort of lieutenant or lieutenant.
Oh no, lieutenants don't hand sergeants. Sergeants do it.
Yeah, staff sergeants and.
Oh no, that's real old hat stuff.
Okay.
I don't see many of those anymore.
Okay.
But no, we would. Well, part of my old job was being a professional athlete.
Yeah.
And you've had experience with this as well. You've been a professional athlete.
Yeah. I played rugby for a long time.
Yeah, man, it's fucking hard being an athlete.
Yeah.
But it's so rewarding being an athlete.
Yeah.
I look back at some of my athletic years. Well, just to finish off what I was saying before, I can lift way more than I lifted before. Like my core strength is stronger, but my not my speed has slowed down.
Yeah.
So the speed's come down, but strength has gone up. But back to being a professional athlete, man. Like being in an athletic job, there's parts where it becomes daunting. You're like, what the fuck have I done?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, definitely. There are moments like that. I think for me personally, I was, playing rugby. I was very much in this sort of blinkers on, just like seeing the world like this sort of thing. So I didn't honestly. There wasn't a lot of other thought going on. But yeah, I do know what you mean. It's very time consuming. It's very it's very all enveloping. And
well, that's why I think you end up with that tunnel vision, because all you're thinking about is your physical ability,
and also another thing,
and your teamwork and whatnot.
Right, 100%. And also another thing that I've noticed that I've picked up from my sporting days is this idea of competition, right? And that is just not what artistic expression is about at all. So it's sometimes you see that sort of, filtering into your mindset. You'll watch someone else and it'll be like a little bit, you'll give it a little bit of that, but I catch myself these days, that's not, I feel like doesn't, I can just let that go. But I feel like when I just came out of rugby and I was coming in, it was very much, bit of a competitive vibe.
Yeah, I need to be the best.
Because
that's what it's like in those industries.
I need to be the best, and I can't fall flat on my face. It's scary being shit at something again.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah, it's terrible being at the bottom.
It sucks, man.
It sucks being at the bottom again. But but it's a 2020 hindsight thing. When you look back at being at the bottom again, you go, that was pretty rock star. That was all right. That wasn't too
Well, they're
bad.
just Wild West days, man.
Yeah.
You look back and you're like, no one expected me to do anything, and I could be a total goofball or fuck up royally, and really at the end of the day, where that you were, you just know that it doesn't really mean anything at all.
Well, I say to sometimes when people fuck up, because I'm a champion at fucking things up.
Yeah. Me too.
I say to people when they end up in that situation, I go, how many people did you affect when you fucked up? They go, oh, hundreds. I go, so you have a lot of influence.
Collateral damage. Yeah.
No, but you got to look at the positive of it. You go, when you fuck up, it fucks over a lot of people. So you have a lot of influence. You need to take, it's not a fuck up, it's a lesson.
Okay.
So I go, if you by fucking up has annoyed this many people, imagine what you can do if you did the right thing.
Yeah.
How you could influence people. Right. So I see that as a lesson when you stuff up.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
I see
absolutely.
it that way.
You definitely got to remodel it, look at it through a different lens, and
repackage it and look at it in its honest self. I think the good thing to do, I look at my military days sometimes, and I don't look at myself in the military. I look at myself upon the military. That was a different person.
Right.
I was a younger me.
Totally. Yeah.
Different mindset.
Different identity.
Different identity entirely.
Different identity. Well, actually, maybe not a different identity. Maybe, because obviously there's still the essence of who you are, and I'm I don't think we can escape. There's I think. What am I trying to say?
Well, I think about it as accents.
I think it's the structure of what you're in, right? It's so powerful in influencing what comes out of you, right? So it's like Roscoe's always there as the child, the inner child sort of thing.
That child's always there.
Right, he's always there, but it's you put him in this environment, he's going to adapt, right? And it's I think that's... that transition.
I think you're onto something. I really dig that, man. The child just changes location.
Yeah. Yeah, it just plays in a different playground.
Yeah, not just location, but different time as well.
Totally, yeah.
Different eras.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
It's different zeitgeists and different eras that this child exists in. And that inner child is you. And you always try to get back to that child. Just like we were talking about before when you were, going into that audition.
Yeah.
Because it's called being in the zone.
Yeah.
And those moments being in the zone, there's another thing I equate that to, and that's surfing. Because when you're in the ocean, you've got this big ocean around you.
Wave, yeah.
And if you don't get in sync with that ocean...
Yeah. Yeah.
It will fuck you over.
Oh, yeah.
But when you do get in sync with that ocean, it is a paradise thrill that is very hard to compare to other things.
Yeah.
Big shout out to my surfing buddy over in WA. He put me on some maniac waves that I'd never go on.
Never attack.
Never would even think of paddling on a wave like that. And now I go back to like little 6-footers, and you're like, it's just not the same.
Yeah,
you need that.
Yeah.
But with saying that though, I've come a guts in some really heavy surf, and you got to be fit. That's where that my past athlete comes out in me. Where you go, I need to swim hard here. This is going pear shape.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you learn these lessons where you go, if you just become in sync and get in that zone, that's where you're riding the wave.
Yeah. I used to surf a little bit, and then got into it when I moved up to Curl when I was in Sydney still. And then I had another knee reconstruction, my second one. And then so I haven't really been back on the board lately, but I'm moving down to the Mornington Peninsula in the next few months to live.
Mornington, that's Victoria.
Yeah, well, I'm living in Melbourne at the moment. And I'm visiting Sydney, but I'll be moving down to Mornington, and like there's some good surf spots around there, a lot of space. So looking forward to getting back.
They've got some good rocky breaks out there, some rocky outcrops, because that's what you want.
Right.
Most of Sydney or the east coast of New South Wales is all beach break. There are some rocky outcrops here and there, like the peninsula.
Okay, cool.
That's what you want. That's your 300-meter ride. That's your proper ride.
Right.
Other rides, all the beach breaks are like 30 meters, 50 if you're lucky. It's over before you've really gotten on it. I've had conversations with people while on a wave, in WA.
Right, just having a chat.
Yeah, you're on a wave. You just, no, this is a good one. This is all right. But no, to full disclosure though, I'm not a surfer. I'm a bodyboarder.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a lid, as they call us.
Lid. All right.
But I find a correlation between that, being on stage, singing.
Yeah.
If you start thinking about lyrics on stage, forget it. You're gonna fail.
Well,
you can't think about it. You just got to do it,
man. This is what I wanted to talk to you about. So, like I said, I've been singing more recently, and I've been writing songs, and I've actually been recording a couple of songs that I've written.
Awesome.
And but I realized, because I've never it's never really. Actually, full disclosure, I used to sing a lot when I was younger. I used to sing in like the choir and that sort of thing, and then even into high school. But then I don't know, rugby sort of took over, and that's just, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, that's we frown upon that.
We frown upon that. Yeah, and I wanted to. I did a little live performance of something that I wrote recently for my housemates, and I realized how fucking scary that shit is to sing and perform like your own, It's a very, very vulnerable space. Like I was really, really aware of, my physiological response to this thing, man. I was sweating, my breath was shallow, trembling, right? And it's like your heart is just fucking pounding. And dude, I was doing this to two people who I know well.
Yeah, like who love you.
Who love me. Who love me. If I was to fall flat on my face there, that's the place to do it. And it's like, and it's just like, I think I don't know, that performance, and in terms of like just my process with acting and everything, I think that's where at the moment my performance, my a lot of my energy is going toward is like, dealing with that sort of performance anxiety sort of thing. And, it's a thing. Like
I'll give you a little bit of advice about that. When you're singing in front of people, it's way harder.
Right.
Way harder.
Right.
Because you're worried about their friendship perception of you changing.
Yeah,
when you boil it down.
Right. Because this is a side of you they haven't seen.
Yeah, they go, your fear would be, who the fuck is this guy? Who do you think you are to sing to me? That's your fear, right? They're probably the best people to sing to. When you're singing in front of strangers.
Got him.
What time was it? 26. 26 minutes. That's good. That's a good round. That's a good round. Yeah. When you're singing in front of strangers, that's easy.
Yeah.
But what I recommend, whether you're singing in front of 6 people or 60, 600, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Do the same show.
Yeah.
When when you're singing in front of your 2 friends, you might like pull it back a little bit 'cause you're in a room.
You just got to go.
Don't do that.
Just go.
Just go.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking pin out of the grenade, throw it.
Do you know what, man? It's like, after doing it, I was like, while it was happening, I was like, this is really intense. But then after it, I was like, that was really intense, but I want more. Like, I want it, like, I feel like, you know, that's just another space in itself, man. And it's like a weird sort of paradox. You know,
Man,
it's a weird
dude,
paradoxical sort of feeling.
It is, man, because being a musician on stage is, again, it's selfless and selfish at the same time.
Yeah.
Because you're giving entertainment to someone, but in turn it entertains you.
Yeah.
So it's about you, but it's not about you, it's about them. So you need to hold those two things together.
Yeah. And the sharing, like from you're giving.
And it's the coal face as well. Like, because most of the stuff we do is on screen, right?
Right.
It's all on screen. It's all like, you go to the cinema, you sit in the seat, you see how people react to your work.
Yeah.
Or you post on Facebook and on YouTube.
Like we said, like I think we've spoken about before, is like, I don't do any of that, and I need to be doing more of that.
Yeah.
I need to be like, putting my work out there a little bit more. I think I'm in that space now.
Well, it's the same thing with a lot of artists I talk to, man. They don't put out their work.
Right.
I'm one of the crazy artists. Like, I put out my worst work. I put out all of my dog shit. Yeah, all of my dog shit is out there.
You're a fucking weapon, dude. You love, you know.
But it gives contrast to the audience.
Yeah, I admire that. And that's a great quality. And, you know, that's something that I obviously recognize in you and like all of your different ventures and that sort of thing. And you know, that's fucking super brave and courageous to do, man.
Yeah, put out all your work, man. You're gonna get criticism. You put out your best work, people are gonna shit on you.
Yeah.
You put out your worst work, the people that you love will go, that was nice.
Yeah. Well, I'm currently in a space of like, you know, trying to tame the ego a little bit, you know, and you know, fucking give him the back seat, like even the boot. You know?
Yeah, well, you can't give him the boot. The ego is necessary in a way.
It is necessary. Okay, he can go like fucking
for
back
confidence.
Left,
It's necessary.
Back left of the car or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no, not the passenger seat. Fuck that dude.
Like, no, he's not front seat.
No way.
No, he's in the back.
Yeah.
Might even be a minivan. There could be 7 seats. He's right at the back. He's just got to chill for a little bit.
Middle seat, the shitty seat belt. You know, the shitty seat belt?
Yeah, and you know what? Treat him like a little bit of a kid too. Yeah. Like give him like, you know, they've got the armrests as well.
Yeah, the armrests
in those vans.
Yeah. Give him a stack hat.
Give him a stack hat, of course. Yeah.
Give him a stack hat and talk down to him.
Yeah, and he can be the health officer.
Yeah,
in an emergency. He can be the health officer.
Yeah, and when he grows up, he'll become a parking inspector.
Perfect. Yeah. I like to think of him that way.
Yeah, man. I got there's some good advice though. What I do with the negative ego. This is what I do with my negative ego. Yeah. Because negative ego usually comes from people when you were younger telling you that you couldn't do it. Usually it comes from like really deep-seated fears from your childhood.
Of course, yeah.
You know, people are telling you you're worthless or that's not possible.
Yeah.
I find those people and I put them on a television.
Yeah.
And I visualize this. I put them on a television. I put them in the middle of the ocean. I turn the volume right down.
Yeah.
And then I sink the TV into the ocean.
Wow.
And let that TV go to the bottom of the deepest abyss known to man.
Yeah.
And that's where I put those voices. Yeah. I can't get rid of them.
Nice.
Can't get rid of them.
I like that.
But I can put them I can put them in the most darkest, deepest place to get away from me.
Yeah. I'm looking for strategy, so I'll try and employ that. That's cool, man. Like, you know, you sometimes it's good to look in the mirror. It's good to look in the mirror. You have to look in the mirror, and that's where a lot of the inspiration comes from. But I think sometimes I just get a little bit stuck staring. You know, and the staring is the problem.
Yeah, I get the same problem. I do it in conversation too. That's kind of why I do the podcast.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when people are talking, I'm like, what about this thing I was doing the other? Oh, no, I'm in a conversation. Don't be an asshole, Ross.
Yeah.
And being in the podcast forces me to listen and talk. Right. Because we've got the same volume, right?
Right.
Because we can't...
We're in each other's ear.
Yeah, we can't overtalk each other and we can't be interrupted. This is it. We're just in the zone. But that's what I'm talking about. Here we are in the zone, man.
We are.
You're just being Jeremy. I'm just being Ross.
Yeah.
That's why I like doing the podcast, man. Yeah. Because you run into these cul-de-sacs of just being you.
Yeah.
And outside of that, because when I'm on stage, I'm not me.
Right.
I'm a character that I created. When I talk to the audience, I'm me.
Yeah.
But when I'm singing the song,
yeah,
I'm not me.
Yeah. And that's actually something that's really come up for me. It's funny that you bring that up because that's something that's really come up for me lately. Is I go by at the moment. I go by Jeremy Raftos as my stage name. You know, but I've been sneaky burp. I go by Jeremy Raftos, but I'm actually in the middle of sort of contemplating, I want my actual name, my actual Greek name, and what I was christened is Gerasimos Raftos.
Gerasimos Raftos.
Gerasimos. And that's what I want to change my stage name to, because I honestly feel like, the identity of Jeremy is not the performer in me, in a way. And I feel a lot more grounded as a performer in that name. And it's funny that you bring up, that you're a different person when you're playing music.
Totally.
I think that it's important to construct those sorts of personas for those sorts of spaces. Like I've heard that Beyonce's stage name is like Sasha Fierce or something.
Yeah.
And all these rappers, they have all of their
they got their handle.
Their handle, yeah, right. And it's like,
well, man, I'm the Pagey train, man.
Yeah,
I'm Roscoe Pagey train.
Right,
that's my handle. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think it's it's something, just an interesting thing that I'm sort of toying with at the moment.
I think it's a brave thing to do. Like the conventionalist in me would say, no, don't do that, because then your name is difficult to pronounce, and then But the other part of me, the part that has more heart to it, I go, fuck that, man.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Make it so cool that people need to learn how to pronounce that.
Yeah, fucking oath.
I mean?
And also, like, that's my name.
That's your name. Yeah, fuck it, man. Yeah, I totally. The inner child in me is like yelling at you, going, "Yeah, that's a fucking awesome idea."
Yeah, my inner child's name is Gerasimos. He's like, I want to come out to play, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
play.
Maybe that's part of you getting into that zone, man.
Right.
Because it sounds like you've been on a journey that most of us have been on. Like,
yeah, totally. Yeah.
That imposter syndrome, and as well that a bit of success syndrome as well. When because we get it, like as a footy player, you would have got that as well. You go, I'm the fucking man.
Bro, I fucking got that. I got that feeling after hitting that audition with you, and then shooting the short in the fucking in the series, and then I've started auditioning with like casting directors and all the rest of it. And I was a flop. I was a fucking flop, man. I was like, trying to do this thing, trying to be this thing, and I could see myself doing this. Putting all the pressure on myself. That's what happened. I got a little bit of a taste early on, and then.
Yeah, see, it's happened to me too, man.
You got to find your way back to that, I think.
You got to find your way back to that inner child.
Right. Yeah.
Totally. And I think you definitely sound like you're going there, man. Because, as I say, like, as your mate and as your colleague and as your compadre,
yeah,
I would say, man, get back to that, man, because that guy is fucking awesome. He's really good.
Yeah, I'll let him know, man.
And give him his original name, man.
Yeah.
I think that's a bold thing to do.
Well, yeah, I got to get through my my agent at the moment is a little bit
hesitant.
Well, he's off. Well, he's not off it, but he's like Jeremy's preferred. In a short email.
Well, the thing is,
like, okay, I still haven't replied. I was like a week ago.
Well, I'm a promo person, right? I promote people and I promote organisations, and I can tell you from a educated promotional aspect, it's a terrible idea.
Okay,
absolutely terrible idea.
I'm about those though. I like terrible ideas.
Yeah, but like, man, like, there's people out there that have done it. I think a good one that comes to mind is Joaquin Phoenix. We used to call him Jacqueline. Remember Joaquin Phoenix was called Jacqueline Phoenix?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there was a point in, like, if you looked at news, right? When they do movie promotions and they go, this film with Jacqueline Phoenix. Oh, and you go, that's not his fucking name. His name's Joaquin. And now he's commanded so much presence and he's corrected people so many times where they go, Joaquin.
Yeah,
and
we're keen.
Yeah, we're keen.
We're keen.
Right?
I had to.
No, but it's the same thing. Like, I remember with my name, right?
Yeah.
When I started directing films and putting my name on stuff, I would have Ross Page. And I thought, like, I was so down on my own name. I was so down on it. Like, what does that name mean? And then I started thinking about it.
What's in a name?
What's in a name?
Shakespeare.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, like, if I want to make change, right, and if I want to advance as an artist, what does that matter? Like, don't think of Ross Page as some. This is what I say in my own head. Don't think of Ross Page as someone that's unknown and the name is short. Because it's short and it doesn't have a musical tone to it.
Okay.
Like, look at Jeremy Raftos, right? It's got a tone and it's lyrical. Okay. Jeremy Raftos.
Okay.
It's lyrical, right?
All right.
And to go to a big canon sort of person, Leonardo DiCaprio. It's got a ring to it.
Yeah.
But when I look at my own name, like, not to contrast myself with fucking Leo.
Yeah.
I think about my name as two syllables, like Ross Page.
Yeah, but you got Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I know, but this is what you do in your own head, right? You become like your own worst enemy. You go,
Right.
this sounds shit.
Yeah, okay.
But then I come to a point where I realise, nah, man, I started introducing myself as, hi, Ross Page.
Right.
And the irony is that my handle isn't my name.
Yeah.
But that's another story, though.
Yeah, right.
But I just started using my name and being proud of it. Like, I didn't care.
Yeah.
That for me, it didn't sound lyrical. It wasn't cool enough.
Right, okay.
Right. But I suppose the other issue you've got there is you're thinking about, different issues there. You're thinking about, ethnical issues of, oh, hello, that's you.
Hello.
Oh, hello. No, but by going back to your roots, is this going to change my persona? Is this going to change that? And I go, the child in me goes, fuck that shit, man. Do Jeremy.
Yeah. Do Jeremy?
No.
Or go Yerasimos.
Yerasimos.
Yeah. I think that yeah, it doesn't to me. I love the name Yerasimos. I also love the name Jeremy. Fucking hell. Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah. I know computers, man.
Anyway, I don't want to dwell too long on this topic, but I think it's just an interesting thing that I'm sort of toying with at the moment. Something
I think you should definitely give it some deep thought.
Yeah.
But as I say, as your lawyer, I would advise you to look at both sides of the fence. Yeah.
All right. Do that.
But as your doctor, I feel bad that I haven't brought enough beer. There's beer in the fridge.
We're good.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
But look, man, you are one of the coolest gypsies I know. I mean that as a compliment.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll take it as a compliment.
Yeah, because you just bounce, man. You are rubber. You have got flexibility. You have the ability to adapt. You moved down to Melbourne. You started being you're doing carpentry down there.
Yeah,
part time.
Yeah. Oh well, I've been a carpenter for almost 10 years now. But I've started a business down there making furniture and fitting out shop fronts and doing sort of nice quirky jobs.
Yeah, quirky jobs are cool.
Yeah,
they're right up your alley.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
But let me go back to intertwine that. So there's a bit of that artistic flair going into your professional life. Well, no, but just one aspect of your professional life.
Just one aspect of its expression, I guess. And I can get paid for it.
Yeah, get paid for it, right? This is what I was having a discussion with someone on a meeting today. They're like, I don't know if I want to monetize what I'm doing. I'm like, listen to what you are saying. Just listen. Yeah. Say it again.
Yeah.
I don't want to monetize what I'm doing. Think about that.
Yeah.
Are you insane?
Yeah.
I don't get me wrong, man. I think that generosity and love makes the world go round. But a close fucking second is money. Like, you got to pay the bill somehow.
Yeah.
We all need it.
Yeah.
We're all slaves to the man, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
So, but look, not to get too deep into that, you were talking about singing and doing performance. What kind of music are you doing?
Well, it's very early days. I'm, singing. A friend of mine.
Are you playing guitar at the same time, or just singing?
I am. I've been playing guitar now for about a year or just under a year. I'm like, no, it's
fucking hard, dude.
It's not worth fucking bringing up in this conversation.
Oh no, but dude, you need guitar is so fucking hard.
Yeah, dude, it's really fucking tough, and it's I don't know. It just keeps pulling you back in. It's really. Yeah, I love it. I do. I love it. I'm shit at it, but I love it.
Well, another thing, I don't know if a recommendation's the right thing. If you've been singing since you were a kid, right? Do you whistle as well? Are you a whistler?
I whistle a little bit, yeah.
And you know how to do the tunes, right? And you can make your voice do tunes, and then you're doing your own music.
Yeah.
Because you're writing your own lines.
Yeah.
And doing your own rhythms.
Yeah.
Just think about it this way. This is what someone once said to me, and it really stuck with me. You don't need to be a guitarist, Ross. The guitar you have is inside you. Think about it that way. The guitar you have is inside you. You don't need the only reason you need a guitar is to have some open chords to go along with your song.
Right.
What I'd suggest is find a guitarist to do that for you. Because you're a singer.
Right.
You're not a guitarist, you're a singer.
Right. And I think that's bang on. I don't think I played a little bit of piano when I was younger, but I was shit at that. And I just don't think instrumentally. But I think with singing, in just going back to that, it's like, I love to sing. I really do. I love to sing. I can say that. And I've always written. I love to write rhymes, and I love to write poetry and short, anecdotal stories and that sort of thing. And it's now sort of feeding into the singing. So there's a little bit more. You could call it rap, but it's not really. It's lyrical and it's rhythmic and it's.
So it's a step above sort of spoken poetry.
Yeah, exactly, that sort of thing. Yeah,
yeah.
But with singing, singing into it, and but I did write recently. Something I'm working on currently for a character that I'm writing is like a sort of an Ali G style Borat sort of style character.
Uh-huh.
He's a Greek lad.
I'm loving this already.
Rapper from Bondi Junction.
Yeah, he's got a big gold chain.
Yeah, and he's wearing matching blue Kappa tracksuit. And his name's Nereneshe.
Nereneshe.
Nerene means yes mate, yes in Greek.
Yeah.
And
this sounds fucking awesome, dude.
It's fucking so fun to work on. Anyway, so I wrote a rap as this character.
Yeah.
And I've gone into the studio this last week and I recorded it. Engineered a beat with a mate of mine who's a producer, and we put the lyrics over the top, and then I'm also going to film the film clip to it while I'm here, and so then I also I'm doing that at the moment. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. It's cool. It's fun. It's fucking fun.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
It is, dude. It's really fun.
But yeah, well, I say, look, my entire life, I've always looked for a sympathetic guitarist. You need to find a sympathetic guitarist who wants to work with you, or who has the patience to work with you. And over time, you'll find different guitarists are different. Like they're all very different. I compare a guitarist to a cinematographer. They're very similar in nature.
Okay,
because they're a
DP, right?
Yeah. They're the main. They're the ones that are making the main spine. Because without the photography, there's no movie. Without a lead guitarist, there's no song.
Right.
They are the backbone.
Yeah.
A drummer is more like your sound engineer.
Okay.
A front man is more like your director / lead actor.
Yeah. Right.
I'm talking about personalities.
Yeah.
When you compare those personalities, I find that very similar. Like, it's interesting that you talk about bringing a writing aspect from a film understanding and an actor into music, because I've done it the other way around. Right. I was a music writer.
Yeah.
That went into writing scripts.
Yeah.
I've done it in literally the opposite direction.
Yeah.
And the correlations are amazing because all of it is a story. Whether it's because singing a song, is a story.
Yeah. It's
a story, right? When you dance and do visual body art, it's a story. You're trying to tell a story. Same thing with writing. Same thing with cinematography. You're telling a visual story. A sound engineer is telling an audio story that correlates with a visual story. So there's these intersections that I find really interesting. And I'm really glad to hear that you're singing, man. I'm just really glad to hear that because take it from me, man. Like, I really mean this. Like, think about the guitar inside yourself, and when you start thinking about that, it goes into these weird spaces.
Yeah.
Like, I edit, right?
Yep.
When I type a story, I find the same sensation when I edit.
Right.
I feel the story.
Yeah.
I know it sounds crazy.
No, I've seen you edit though.
Yeah.
You're like you're in a zone there. You're doing its own like.
I can.
You're tinkering with a melody. With
it's rhythmic.
Yeah.
It's rhythmic in nature.
Yeah.
Writing is rhythmic in nature.
Yeah.
Have you ever listened to someone use a typewriter? It's rhythmic.
Okay.
Typing is rhythmic. Words are image, and words are song, and image is song, and image is rhythm. And when you intersect those things, you've got a movie. All right, and that's it gets me going, man. And it gets my artistic heart on fucking going, man. Like, it is insanely awesome.
Yeah.
I feel the same thing when I type as when I edit, and I edit as if it's a language. It's like it's a different language that you speak with your hands. When I sing, this is where it's really. This is what I'm saying to you. It gets really weird because you're talking about being a writer and then being a singer, and when you find those things being intersecting, what's the word I'm looking for? Synesthesia. You've heard of synesthesia, where you can smell shapes.
Yep.
and you can smell colours.
Yeah. Yep.
Where your brain mixes up your senses.
Yeah, and hear. Oh, there we go again. Hear colours or something. You can hear. It's like you can auditorily. You can feel.
Chicken tastes like triangles.
Right. Okay.
That kind of shit, right? Where these mixed senses.
Yeah.
I find that when I write and sing, and when I direct, when I'm directing performance, I have the same sort of things firing in my brain. And I recommend to people, don't just be an actor, be a singer and a dancer as well. Or don't just be a director, be a podcaster.
Yeah, 100%. And that's
mix it up.
That's where the painting comes in, that's the dancing, the singing. Even now the way that I look at my woodworking, I see that as a part, as an extension of the creative me. I don't want to just be, seen or, even seen by anyone else. I don't really care, but just to myself, I was like, I'm not just an actor, I'm just sort of, I love discovering all these different aspects of myself and expressing my creativity, and that's just what's important.
And that's the ultimate journey for me. We all go into this wanting to be rock stars or someone that is paid to constantly be an artist.
That is 100%. Like, and I'm not gonna lie and say that when I first started acting, because it's not something that I came into at a young age. I came into it by chance, and then when I first came into it, it was like, I obviously, your ego's like, I want to be the fucking this and that, and it's like, 100%. That's, and I'm not going to lie and say that isn't the thing. You're going to need to let go of that shit. Right?
Yeah, and
that's the failing thing that we're talking about.
And actually question why you're doing it.
Right, exactly.
Why are you doing this?
Exactly.
Don't get me wrong, when I was 20 years old in a band, I wanted to be just like AC/DC.
Yeah,
do not get me wrong.
Yeah.
But now, 20 years on, and I'm still doing it, I've now figured out why I do it.
Yeah.
Because I can't not do it.
Yeah.
And that's where the intersection of art and passion runs into each other.
Yeah.
If you can't not do something, the double negative.
Yeah.
If you can't not do it, that means that's something you do.
Yeah.
It's unavoidable.
Yeah.
And the more you deny that, the more you deny, this is what I've learned, being a 40-year-old sage old man.
Yes.
What I've learned is that the more you deny your own nature, the more that you're just fooling yourself.
No, yeah. It's just a painful place.
Yeah.
The fucking, the bandana comes off from around your eyes and you see in 2020, it's a painful path, and that's what we're talking about in terms of, not doing what you love to do. It's more painful to pretend that it's not there. There's more suffering involved.
That's the true struggle of the artist, right? I know artists, including my own mother. My mother was a brilliant artist, fantastic painter. She could make art out of anything. Yeah, amazing woman.
I really struggle to identify with that term for myself.
Yeah, the imposter monster.
Yeah, the imposter monster's big on that one. But I like the idea of
I recommend to anyone that's doing these kind of pursuits that we're up to is identify that immediately.
Yeah.
I'm an artist.
Yeah.
You may be shit at it.
Yeah.
But you are one.
And I am. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you are by nature.
Yeah.
Even in when I look at my professional work outside of art,
right,
I bring an artistic nature to it.
Yeah.
Even in that, I bring this nature to it.
Artistic flair.
Yeah, man. That's what I mean. It's a selfless and selfish thing. I want to entertain people. I love entertaining people.
Yeah.
But if there was no one there to watch my film, I'd still make it.
Yeah.
Because I love making films.
Yeah. I think also, totally. Absolutely. And I think also, you do it because you love to entertain people. There's that. I think I definitely have that entertainer in me. But I think also for me, the way that I came into acting, why I came into it after the rugby thing, and it was quite a sort of a traumatic time with the injury and giving up footy and my relationship and blah, 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 blah. But it was it was this sort of magnifying glass into this other world of being given the license to explore the things that are unsaid.
Uncharted territory.
Shadow and all these sorts of things, and giving into, or not giving into, honoring the sort of the darker impulses that you have and exploring those,
but allowing them to come to fruition and to allowing them to surface, to be identified.
Right. And also the beauty of artistry is that none of these tough times that you go through, right? All of these experiences that you have are for nothing, because you have the potential to bring something back from that place and turn it into something beautiful, into a performance, or into a piece, or into a song, or, you know, into a character, right? You're constantly, you know, taking from the world. And this, you know, just wrapping back to Stella Adler, her whole thing is the way that you live. You know, it's a strong point of view on things. You have to be, you know, react and emotionally differently to that shade of red, you know, notice the relationship between these two, and you know, paint the picture of the garden, say in you know, what the garden would be like in an Italian family.
Fill in the fine detail.
Right, the fine detail. And it forces you to look at life more, you know, specifically, and that specificity and that attention to detail. And, you know, for someone who's fucking ADHD, like, you know, and that's,
I think we all are, though.
yeah, but like, I mean, I'm just like, I always need to be doing something. I'm always like doing something, and it's like, and I never can be bored with acting. There's never a boring moment, even when I'm in the car driving back, you know, or whatever, you know, I'm sitting. There's never a boring moment, because you're always able to observe life as it is, and you can always bring that back into your art, right? And that's what I love about it so much. So that's what it's done for me. It's given me a lot of purpose, and a lot of, you know, just a lot of, I don't know, I guess depth to my...
Well, that's what it also does, right? Purpose is a good word for it.
Yeah.
It gives you a bit of purpose. You know? Like, we all have these identity crises.
Yeah.
Like, who am I? Like, am I a football player? Am I a soldier?
Yeah.
You know, are these identities? Yeah. Are these identities that are ironclad, that are going to be forever?
Yeah.
And the reality is...
Well, you can get trapped in that.
You can. And that's why... that's, you know, that's why I got out of the military. I'm like, I realised if I stay in this now, I'm going to be here forever.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily a bad life. I'm not saying that I needed to get out for, you know, crazy reasons. It was personal. I just needed to go and explore the world and what else it had to offer. And fuck me, man, it has been scary. Like, there have been times where you're just looking into the abyss going, I don't know where the rent's coming from this week.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't care.
But I don't care either.
I don't fucking care. I'm okay. Like, right now, it's like, you know, I'm okay to be sort of, you know, getting through with what, you know, I'm not fucking dead broke, but also I'm happy to just be happy doing what I'm doing. And it means, you know, I'm not, you know, I don't have my own, you know, house right now, and
yeah, but these material things,
these are material things. That's right. That's where I was going with that.
These are material things, and I say to people, you know, because when I'm in a pub and I'm talking to people, I like to get existential, especially when I've had 3 beers down range. I'm like, I need to dissect everyone in this room.
Yeah.
And I ask questions like, what makes you happy? And they will go, money. You want money? Okay. What would you spend the money on? I go, I'd go on a holiday, and then I'd buy a house. I go, so holidays and ownership make you happy. The money is just a means.
You're fucking up these people's lives, Ross.
No, but I can't help
trying
it.
to rip off this bandage across their face.
No, but I'm just trying to wake them up and go, well, what makes you what actually, so do holidays make you happy? They're like, well, only certain times of the year. I'm like, so let me ask you another question. What really makes you happy other than money? What
really makes you happy? Yeah,
that's a difficult question to answer for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And for artists, it becomes very easy. This is where it's really strange. This is where life is set in opposition. I can go and get a job that pays a high amount of money and always be on holidays. Highly qualified person, well travelled, highly educated. Not a problem. I can do it. I have the ability to do so. Happy to brag though, because I worked hard for that position in life.
Yeah.
But I've chosen a different path.
Yeah.
I choose a path that actually offers me challenge.
Yeah.
Climbing a corporate ladder doesn't offer me many challenges. It offers me very benign, stark options. Yeah. I want to do something more exciting.
Yeah. I also have a little bit of an issue with, not an issue, but it's like,
come on, let it out, man. Who do we have to go hunt down?
No, I just know that, you know, I don't want to work for anyone anymore. You know, I think what, you know, part of the, you know, being an artist and that sort of thing, and being creative and owning your space, and having your voice, your very unique voice, is very liberating in that way, you know. And I think also that's what, that's where I'm at in terms of, like I'm creating this character, and there's another show that we're creating, which we're shooting next week, called Ambos for Hire, which is a comedy that we've written, and even the business, like my the carpentry business with my business partner Leon is, it's an ownership.
Big shout out, Leon. You're a fucking legend, dude.
Fucking love you.
You are awesome, dude. I've only met you like once or twice.
Yeah.
You're cool.
Leon's the man. But it's just taking ownership of what projects that you want to do. Because there isn't a lot of that and I'm speak for myself at the bottom. Like, as an actor, you're sort of bottom of the rung, and like, especially as someone who hasn't been doing it for that long, you don't get to pick a lot of things. You get picked maybe sometimes for something that
you fit a profile of a certain thing that they need, and you have the skill level to deliver it.
Right, exactly. And you pretty much get what you're given. And I think it's a very liberating experience to, I don't know, own your autonomy in that way, or your sovereignty, your creative sovereignty.
I think that's what a great term, creative sovereignty.
Yeah,
man, I love that. That is, I totally resonate with that, man. 100% agree with you. 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can handle having a boss for much longer. Big shout out to my boss, by the way. You're absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the organisation.
It's bigger than you, mate.
Yeah, it's bigger than you. You're fantastic.
You're fantastic. I love you. I'll see you Monday morning.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. No, she's great. She's fantastic. Well, she headhunted me for the job, so because I'm super qualified. Obviously. No, but I really resonate with that. I think being your own boss, I can't work for an organisation that isn't something that I'm doing anymore, and it's wearing me thin. Like, I've had a lot of patience for a lot of people, and I just want to build something that is wholesome, that pays enough to survive. That's all I want.
I don't think I was blessed with as much patience as you have. I think. So that's where we're in the same boat, but you've
give it time, man. Give it time. You'll learn that, man. Like I remember being younger and being in bands, and like getting on TV, and you're making a splash.
Well,
right?
like what we said before, you got to smell stop and smell the roses. Like that was that was big for me. Like that was I love that, but it just really what it gives you is that gives you that taste.
Yeah, well, I had the same thing.
I want to be working, like, and that's the thing. Sorry, I interrupted you.
That's okay. That's
just the thing with acting, man. I think it is with anything. You want to be in the space as much as you can be, and that's why I moved to Melbourne. I moved down to Melbourne to hit the theatre scene, because they've got. I feel like the theatre scene's a little bit more accessible down there.
Totally, you've got a totally different culture down there. Man.
Yeah,
it's totally different,
and that's why I moved down, because I just want to be in that space a lot more. I didn't go to NIDA or any of these.
When I headhunt you for a movie, I'll put you up though.
You'll put me up?
I'll put you up in my house.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll have to hang out for 3 weeks.
Okay, perfect.
While we make a movie.
Totally. Yeah, mate. I'll just be prepared. I'm gonna go absolutely nuts, like in the character. It'll be like,
oh man, you'll eat this shit up.
You'll be living with.
I've got an astronaut role for you. You'll love it.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Awesome.
No, but that's why you moved to Melbourne, though. I totally get it. I've been really tempted to do the same thing.
Yeah.
You get the same thing on the Gold Coast, though. I hear Gold Coast is a bit the same as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They have a big film culture.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
WA starting out that way as well.
All right.
Oh man, hold that thought. I've got to piss dramatically.
Yeah. Go do that.
Mind the fort. Right. Don't let anyone steal our shit.
All right. No one's stealing our shit.
Oh my god. Only Jeremy can do this. Don't go for a dart yet, gang. We're about to wrap it up.
All right.
I'll go for a dart in a sec.
All right.
I'm only going to wrap it up in the next 3 minutes.
All right. Cool.
I want to get the time, but
all right.
I want to wrap it up, but we're all a really good friend.
All right. Cool. I want to mention maybe in wrapping up, like I'm working on Ambos for Hire to get out of the
Yeah, I'm going to use plugs, man.
We've
got 5 minutes left on the car.
Beautiful. Let's do it.
Oh, I lied to you. I say 5 to create a sense of urgency.
All right, that's fine. You don't. Leave it. I like the lie. Let's go.
We've got 10 minutes.
I like the lie.
But we got 5. We got 5.
Let's go. All right. Let's do it.
All right, so I just got to break in. Are you still in focus? You're great. Man, looking fantastic.
Thank you.
All right. But man, look, man. There's my. No, let me do it again. I'm gonna do a break in. Yeah, but look, man. Look, I know we're running short of time. I could talk to you for fucking hours, bro. But hey, you mentioned before that you were doing your. What was the Ambo show that you were doing?
Oh yeah, Ambos for Hire.
Ambos for Hire.
Yeah.
So where can we find Ambos for Hire, and how can we go and find that?
At the moment, we're just sort of shooting. We've shot a pilot sort of thing, and it's just conceptual at the moment. So it's essentially it's vigilante healthcare workers in this sort of dystopian sort of culture that we live in, and
kind of fitting for the time.
It's perfect. It's perfect. But this shit came. We started,
you wrote this before it?
We wrote this before COVID, and COVID's not going to feature heavily. We don't want to give it a lot of. It might get an episode.
I think COVID's had enough air. Let's do some escapism.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Pardon the pun. I'm sick of it. It's just like I'm over it.
I'm over it too. Yeah. I'm over being over it, actually.
Yeah. But no, I'm working on that with two mates of mine, Nick Dorigo and Michael Grasholski, who are awesome, unbelievable actors and filmmakers. We've got some really cool other cast members which we've managed to wrangle. We've got Luke Ford playing in this cameo role, and
oh wow!
Well, it might be it'd probably be bigger than a cameo role, but he's in there, and Priscilla DeHuey, who's another brilliant actress, and Darcy Owen Simpson, and yeah, so it's a really fun cast, like. And we're making that, so that's.
So you're in production now?
Yeah, we're shooting in a week. We're shooting the next episode in a week. So we're just finishing up. Today I was just at Mike's before this, and we were doing sorting out all the prop. We're shooting with 2 cameras. We've got all the equipment, and
great.
Doing a props list and finishing touches on the script and that sort of thing. But it's all in place. It's ready to go.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, you guys got a Facebook page yet or anything like that, or?
No. We're on IMDb.
Page. Yeah, okay.
It's on IMDb. I think if you look on my IMDb, you'll find it. Or it's called Ambos for Hire. So that's in the works. This other thing that I'm working on with Leon at the moment. Leon, shout out.
Leon, another shout out, man. Man, I miss you and your face. You're fantastic. Man, he's just dry down the line. Love him.
He's amazing. But yeah, we're working on a show. It'll be a series called Carpent DM, and it's a look into the blue collar society of Australia.
Is that as a play on words for Carpe Diem?
Yeah, but Carpent.
Carpent as in carpenter?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a look into the blue collar society, and the sort of the hidden gems that sort of may get overlooked, and also with the changing landscape of our culture, and just the way that services are going and all that.
Yeah, the rapid change.
Rapid change, right? And it doesn't get enough airtime in cinema. I don't think. Doesn't get enough airtime in stories.
Well, hopefully I can wrangle you guys back to come and move back to Western Sydney, because we're setting up some cool shit, man.
Yeah, mate, 100%. If there's something going on out here.
Yeah, man. I'll get my lasso out and get you onto a film before you even know it.
Yeah, perfect. I'm down. I'm ready.
All right. But look, man. I think we're out of time. I'm really close to the edge. Man, it's been absolutely fantastic having you on the show. I've been trying to get you on the show for like years. Yeah. Because this is my second year running, so I can say that now.
Yeah, you can say that.
I can say that. I'll get away with that. Yeah. But man, you're absolutely really cool dude. If anyone is looking for an actor to be in their film, check out Jeremy's show reels. Check him out online. Holy shit, man, you got so much talent. I just think that if you just stick to it, man, you're going places, bro. You are going places.
You, man. That means a lot. Thank you. I really appreciate you saying that. And
I mean it from the bottom of my heart and from my mind. Like, it's just obvious.
Oh, thank you, Ross.
It really is.
It means a lot, man. I appreciate you. And thank you for having me. I love the opportunity to do this with you and, spend more time with you, man. It's been great.
Yeah, man. Anytime, any excuse to hang out with JR, man. I'm fucking down.
My man.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Booze. All right, man. Well, look, you have been watching The Pagey Train, and don't forget, if you've been enjoying The Pagey Train, don't forget to subscribe. If you're really enjoying The Pagey Train, don't forget to hit the notifications button right here. You can find us on Spotify, Apple iTunes, and next year we'll be on iHeartRadio. And don't forget as well, guys, I'm a Foley artist. I'm really been pushing that a lot. I've had a few good clients, a few happy people. Don't forget to go and check that out. And if you're looking for Foley art and looking for sound design, contact Still Searching Productions. Just send me a message. But once again, you've been watching the Pagey Train, and we'll see you next time. Just did a mic pop right at the end. I shouldn't have done that. All right, let's go burn one and get this done, man, because I've got to get you to your next gig.
Yeah.
Man, that was such a good fucking show!
That was a good show.